Welcome, huge movie fanatic Nate. Once again, stopping on by to do another reading from the official Splatter Movie Guide. This time I'll be reading the author's spiel on the original. Well, actually, the only basket case that's featured in this book is the original basket case. For some reason, basket case 2 is not in here. That's because basket case 2 came out after this was published, and this was published in 1989. That's why basket case 2 is not featured in here. You can do it, Nate. It's called thinking. But see, the reason I'm doing this is just because it's a nice day and I'm shooting videos, and also because basket case first came into my life in the spring of 1991 when I was a tender and young 14 years old, and instantly absolutely loved basket case. So it being the springtime and just it being a nice day and I'm shooting some videos, I figured, and also this was bookmarked anyway. Perfect time to read aloud from the official Splatter Movie Guide and read his spiel on basket case. And just like with all these readings from this book I haven't read this previously. I'm reading it on camera for the very first time. So just like with all of these readings from this book, I'll read the spiel and then give my thoughts on the spiel, and we'll have a great time doing it. As we can see here on the top of the page, you might be able to see the knife, or the hand with the bloody knife clenched in it. Is that on every? Yeah, it's on the top of every page like that. So this is, as you can see, it's also page number 9. Basket case, clutched fist with the bloody knife coming out of it. Basket case, Analysis Films, 1982. Like, so that might be wrong. Like, I think it came out in 1981, I think, because when they did like an anniversary DVD, it came out in 2001. So I don't know, it either came out in 1981 or 1982. So 82 may or may not be correct, but we'll let it slide. Van Henterick moves into an apartment. It's so weird how they gotta just use his last name, especially in a situation like this. And when he's got such a goofy last name, why not just say actor? Like, why not say Dwayne instead of his last name? It makes no sense to me at all. Van Henterick moves into an apartment in Times Square with his deformed and telepathic Siamese brother. They were surgically separated, whom he carries around in a basket. He and his bro, named Belial, are determined to kill their father. Well, they already did that before they moved to New York, if you were watching the movie, who sanctioned the operation and then consigned Belial to the garbage can, as well as the doctors who performed it. Belial is a nasty little tyke. So the revenge murders he spurs on are appropriately gruesome and disgusting. First-time director Henenlotters, that's how I'm going to pronounce it, Henenlotters, canny eye for the absurdities inherent in the splatter genre, transforms this low-budget gore fest into a nice surprise. It's as funny as it is gross, and vice versa. The film is dedicated to Herschel Gordon Lewis. See, now this is more like it. He seems to actually appreciate this movie, so I can see why in this case he's writing an official Splatter Movie Guide. He seems to actually appreciate this movie, which I would agree with. This movie is a 4 out of 4 star movie for me. I've reviewed the movie probably more than once, I would imagine, and then, you know, the more recent Arrow Video Blu-ray release over the years. You know, I've reviewed all 3 basket case films, but in this case, as I've already said, since this was the only film basket case movie to exist when the book came out, unfortunately it's going to be the only basket case to be written of in the book. But yeah, I hope, you know, I more or less agree with his spiel on basket case. I think except for getting that little detail wrong where he talks about going to New York and then he wants to kill his dad. Like, well, they killed their dad when they were still a teenager, and then when he was older, then they went to New York to go kill the rest of the doctors or whatever. But yeah, honestly, readings sometimes can happen if the writer is actually kind of enthusiastic about whatever title he's talking about, reading it, kind of same thing happened with Nail Gun Massacre when I read that out of the book. Like reading it kind of makes me want to watch the movie, kind of like a more enthusiastic spiel is kind of almost like a little bit of a advertisement for the movie. Like if someone were to write a spiel on the back of the VHS or Laserdisc or DVD or Blu-ray or 4K or Beta or whatever. But I think I covered every home video format there. I guess I didn't cover streaming or digital download, but you get the picture. So I guess more or less that will be my little bit of reading the spiel from the official Splatter Movie Guide for Basket Case. As I said, kind of makes me want to watch the movie. I hold Basket Case in a very, very high regard. It's just a shame that, in a way, it'd almost be better that they never did Basket Case 2 or 3, because those movies, in my opinion, definitely, take a huge drop in kind of quality. And what's ironic is it's possible the first one is like the lowest budget, and then like the next two are probably maybe higher budgets. I mean, they were filmed on 35mm, I would imagine. So it's like, it's just crazy how it's a perfect example of like, a bigger budget doesn't necessarily mean better movie. You've got, in my opinion, the first movie, which is the lowest budget presumably and the best, and then bigger budgets for 2 and 3, and those don't hold a candle to the original. So it's an interesting, kind of evidence. I can't think of the word. Interesting whatever display. I can't think of the right word. An interesting exercise in the fact that low budget doesn't mean low quality or low entertainment. So I guess that does it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, we'll catch you on the next video.